quiet.
Welcome to the Powertrip Podcast Live. You're now tuned into our Thursday evening chat with your host,
Charmaine.
and Saquon, like always.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, people?
Welcome to all our new guests, and welcome back to our OGs who've been rocking with us since the beginning.
Hola.
For those of you who are new, every Thursday evening we get together to discuss topics surrounding family, relationships, and community. And we have three main goals. Our first goal is to strengthen communication skills within our community. Our second goal is to expand our perspective so that we can all gain a greater understanding. And our third and most important goal is that we want to continue to build exceptional families that will uplift the world around us.
Yes.
With that being said, welcome.
Welcome to our guests. How you guys doing today?
Yes, we hope you guys are all doing well. And you guys know, as usual, we need to send it out.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Let's see.
Feel free to send it out while we're sending it out if you're watching.
Yes, share with a friend.
Yes.
Tonight's going to be a fun topic. Very interesting. It's actually something that's really common.
Super common.
Yeah.
A lot of people usually end up going through this, and
we've been through it.
Yep, we've been through it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of relationships go through it. Family go through it. Friends go through it.
Yes.
I mean, it's really common.
Hey, Camille Stir.
What's up, Camille? How you doing?
All right.
How's your week going so far?
Yes. Any updates before we get started?
Any updates?
Get in?
Let's say updates. So with 38 weeks will be 39 weeks on Sunday.
Yes.
So that's good.
She'll be here any day now.
Yes. It's
crazy.
getting it's crazy. It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm just ready for her to be here.
I know. Yeah. It's coming. It came so quickly. So we're just excited, like he said, getting everything together, car seat and, hospital bag, her little nursery nook. We're getting together. So we are excited to meet Miss Baby Z and let you all meet Miss Baby Z.
Yeah, definitely.
Camille says she's doing well and her week has been good also. She's excited to meet baby girl.
Nice. I'm glad you're doing good, Camille.
Yes, same. And yes, we're excited for you to meet her too. Alrighty. Okay. So let's see. We're going to just let a few more people come on in. Let's see. Okay. So while people come in, we can kind of just start, I guess, by going over what the topic is. And then as they come in, everybody will talk their talk.
Definitely.
All right. So tonight's topic, the title says, "Where does your loyalty lie?"
Yes.
And this is something we've actually talked to multiple people, and this kind of topic kind of came up in conversation. So we thought it'd be great to chat about on the podcast tonight. And it's basically, what do you do when your partner, or you're going to do, how do you want to do it? Tell the story?
I'm listening.
Okay. What do you do when your partner feels disrespected by someone? Hey, G.
What up, G?
When your partner feels disrespected by someone, or you knowingly know someone disrespected your partner, do you continue to, have a friendship with them, or do you choose your partner over that person? Or how do you handle the situation just in general?
Right.
And so, go ahead, baby.
What were you about to say?
I was going to just say the scenario, but you could say it.
Go ahead. You want me to say it?
Yes.
You want me to say it?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so guys, this is the situation, right? One of our friends basically, one of our friends is in a relationship. They have a roommate, right? She has a roommate. And one day she's at home with her significant other, boyfriend, should I say.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're at home, chilling, relaxed, and her roommate comes home stressed out because of whatever's going on in her life, right? And she comes home and for some reason, she's stressed out about the fact that um, she's stressed out about the money. It sounds like money. And she doesn't like.
Hey, Mom.
What's up, Simone? She doesn't like the fact that her roommate has her boyfriend there and he helps her pay the rent, whatever. She feels like he takes up the expenses and should possibly be paying more. But anyway, she comes home and she just going off and being very disrespectful towards the boyfriend.
Yeah. So basically, she comes in and she's like, just shuts him down. Says, "I don't."
And what's up, Simone? If I didn't say it,
I don't want to hear what you have to say, and then starts talking to her friend.
Right.
Basically, kind of disrespecting this friend's boyfriend.
Yes.
So after this, obviously they're not talking. They're not going to be on the same page. But what do you do in this situation when you have someone come in and disrespect your partner? Do you address it right then and there, let it be known, like, you're not going to talk to my honey like that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just let it slide and wait for things to cool down and then have a conversation? Or do you just move forward and, just, I guess, take it as like, hey, I guess this happened, but, we're still going to be cool.
Yeah, just kind of let it.
And this can
roll
be,
off.
Yeah. So that's just like one example that we kind of know, but it could also be with family. Like a family member can disrespect your partner. And, what do you do when it's family? So if like my brother, disrespected Saquon, it's like, what would I do in that situation? Or what would you guys do if your sibling disrespected your partner? Right. How would you handle it? So let us know in the comments below.
Yes, let us know what you would do.
So in this situation that we talked about, where it was a roommate, still a friend, a good friend, Simone said, "Nah, you can't talk to my lover crazy." So how would you handle it, Mom?
Yeah, what would you do?
And what would you do?
Me?
Yes.
So, all right. If my roommate came up in the crib like disrespecting you and whatnot, for one,
they'd hear my mouth.
Well, they're gonna hear your mouth,
no.
And with me, they're gonna hear my mouth immediately too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not gonna be they're gonna know that this is not okay,
right?
Immediately. Following that, right? Being that you're my roommate, the next time I see you, I'm going to tell you that I think that you need to apologize to my partner.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, my wife, if it happened. I mean, we don't got a roommate, but but yeah, I would request an apology for my wife.
Right.
For me, if it didn't happen, I'm very hard line on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So me and you might not be necessarily the best past that.
Yeah. And so, okay, I like that answer. I would definitely also address my friend in that moment while things are heated and like we're going back and forth, because I don't think it would ever just be like a conversation where you're just telling me, "Hey, boo biz.
What's up, Janae?"
Where you're just trying to tell me about myself and what I got going on with, "Hey, Aunt Chi-Chi."
Hey, Aunt Chi-Chi.
With my honey.
It's been a while.
I know. Miss you. So we're talking about basically, what do you do when someone disrespects your partner? and how would you handle the situation? So we're talking a scenario where it's roommates, two women who live together, but one of them has a boyfriend. And one day, one of the roommates came in and was upset, I guess, because they're, struggling financially or whatever, and took it out on her roommate and the boyfriend, saying, well, he's here now, he should pay more, and disrespected him, saying, came in and told him, like, you just be quiet. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. I'm talking to my roommate, So, 7 is a tough time. Oh, well, we're glad you were able to make it in tonight.
Yes.
So in that situation, what would you do? How would you handle it? Would you address the person right then and there? And I would think I would in that moment. Like, we probably would be going back and forth. And then, like you said, afterwards, I would expect an apology, not only to me, but to my significant other. And I say this because it's one thing to have your frustrations. It's one thing to be going through things. I can understand that. Hey, Mama J and Papa J.
What's up, Mommy and Irvin?
I can understand that. However, there's a way that you handle things, and you handle them with respect. And especially if my significant other, my husband, has always been respectful to you, you're not going to come in here and just disrespect and degrade him at all. So, or me. So I would definitely address it and make it be known that, yeah, moving forward, you need to apologize to the both of us. And honestly, if he doesn't want to talk to you after that, you kind of did it to yourself. And I'm not going to force that relationship. Our relationship possibly could be on the mend, depending on our history and all of that.
Who?
Me and the friend. It could possibly, if she apologizes genuinely.
Okay.
It could possibly be on the mend, depending on our history. Like, if it's a childhood friend or someone, or like we said, what if it's a family member?
Right.
I can't expect my significant other to fully, just forgive the way I could. Because for one, it happened, like, the disrespect was towards you.
Right.
And you don't have that same close-knit relationship. Oh, thanks, Court. You don't have that same close relationship with them that I do. So we have a history that you don't.
Right. So
I could see it being difficult to just let go of the friendship or the relationship totally. But I would expect, some changes to be made and an apology to be said.
Right. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dolly.
What's up, my G? We got quite a bit of people. Thanks for joining.
Yes.
I'm glad y'all here today. If you can, please make sure that you guys like the video and subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's get into what a few people are saying so far. Well,
okay, G.
What G says. What up, Khalid? G says, I'm going to address my lady first for jumping in the situation. Then hop on my roommate ass after.
Well, okay.
Excuse my language.
Why? Okay.
Yeah, I want to know why would you jump on your lady first?
Defending her honor.
Yeah.
She's just trying to defend herself.
You can't. Not you can't. But why would you jump on the lady first if her roommate, the one that came in, hollering and being disrespectful?
Cray.
Yeah.
Camille Stir.
And you know what?
Huh?
Yeah, and you tried to speak up.
Huh?
Yeah. I can't. I would get on you later, but not in the beginning. Because I see it now. Now, if because think about this. If you didn't say anything right then and there in the moment, you have to hear something.
If I didn't say anything?
If you didn't say nothing to her right there in the moment, then...
No, he said, I'm going to address my lady for jumping in the situation.
What situation, though?
Like, remember how I said I would tell her about herself, or like I would tell whoever's disrespecting me about themselves. Like, they may be addressing you, but if it's about me, I'm going to have some words. Maybe that's what he's saying.
So, G, are you saying in this situation that...
Think.
So the guy shouldn't have spoke up in the situation is what G's saying.
Right. Or if it was vice versa, like G is the roommate, it's two men roommate, and
the girl shouldn't jump in.
His lady is there. Yeah, he's saying...
Okay, I agree.
Okay, wait.
You,
Really?
emotional, the emotions with you, you would say something.
Of course. Really, okay, for a few reasons. One, the person came in and said to them, be quiet. I don't even want to hear what you have to say. So you addressed me. So you invited me in. It went from A to B to I saw my way in because you gave me the invitation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like in that moment, I have a few things to say.
I mean, yeah, but it's about how you go about what you say. You can't be jumping off the wall being disrespectful with them.
Well, no, I won't be disrespectful.
Like, you can't reciprocate what they're doing.
Give them that same energy.
Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Especially in my sense, like if it's guy to guy, you know, and he think he coming to say something to me, and then you call yourself jumping in, being rowdy, then I would have to tell you to go to the room, and then I'm gonna handle him. But I'm not gonna say that you're doing nothing. But I'm gonna be like, please, you know,
just go,
calm down.
Take care of this.
Yeah. And then
I understand
I'm
that. Him. I understand it, I guess, from both angles, because I wouldn't want you like cursing out, you know, a woman,
right,
or you know, doing anything like that. So I'd rather handle it and just have you calm down somewhere. So I can understand what you guys are saying, right? But you know, don't come at me. That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
Let's see. Camille says, "I agree with you all. I understand that the roommate is upset, but the conversation needs to be between her and the roommate. My significant other is not to be involved in that initial conversation." Okay.
So let's bring it a little further up. Berkeley's in the house. Hey. So let's say that they don't apologize. And because, you know, you have people who don't really talk about situations, and they just like either they'll not talk to you for a while and then just try to talk to you again like everything's okay.
Right.
Or even the next day, they may just act like everything is cool. What do you do in that situation? Do you just go back to things as normal? Or do you bring it up yourself and say, let's talk about it?
If, in my opinion, if I did not request the apology that day when it initially happened, right, then I can't be upset if the person comes to me like everything just all willy-nilly, right? But that'll be the time that this conversation not going to be a regular conversation.
You would bring it up then the next time you talked with them?
Yeah, we're not about to have the whole conversation without me telling you that I don't like what you did. You need to apologize to my wife.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard because, well, it's not hard, but it's interesting because it's like when someone just acts like things are normal, it's like in their head, it's like, did they really not think what they did was wrong? Or it's like trying to understand the psychology of what they're like, why they're behaving this way.
Some people, what I've come across, right? Because I'm pretty much direct with a lot of stuff, right? What I've come across is people say that they don't like confrontation. You know, they don't like confrontation. They don't like to have to go through the gauntlet of fixing the situation,
right,
or being accountable of the fact that they were wrong or something like that. A lot of people don't like to do that, and they don't like for you to even highlight it either. You know, they'll turn on you because you highlighting the fact that, you know, they did something wrong.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and that's just my opinion. Janae says, what about if it's a parent that does the disrespecting? Good question.
Ooh, that's a doozy.
So
I've heard a lot of situations like this too. Actually.
Yeah, let me get what you think.
So if it's a parent, if it's like your mom,
I was about to say, yeah, if you felt like my mom disrespected you, no, actually that's to be questioning to me, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. So hold on, let's see. Booby said, you as a protector then have to be careful not to disrespect your parent while standing up for your significant other. And that is true. I think you can handle situations without being disrespectful, but you can have it's boundaries. Okay, so we had conversation and podcasts about this before.
Yes. We did?
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Okay.
About how important it is to protect your boundaries, especially in a marriage or relationship, because you don't want people coming in and messing up with you guys.
That's true.
So, yes. So if Mama J disrespected me,
what would I do?
Yeah. What would you do? How would you address it?
I'd have to have that conversation with her. Like, I would address the situation, just like what's going on or whatever the case may be. I'd have to question it and ask why, and try to gain an understanding of what's going on. Why'd your feelings take you to that point or whatever the case may be. And I could come to an understanding about it, and but at the end of it, I'm gonna ask that you apologize. No matter how much I understand what you saying out your mouth. And sorry, mommy, that sounds a little disrespectful. But not to say what you saying out your mouth, but
no, as much as you understand
as much as I understand what's being said or how you feel, I also have to understand that my wife was hurt or felt disrespected, especially if that's a question too.
Yes, I was
especially if I think it's disrespectful too. Actually, no, regardless, if I think it's disrespectful or not, and my partner thinks it's disrespectful, then I have to actually still request that you apologize to my partner, to my wife.
Right. So you brought up such a good point, though. What if you, as the partner who was not disrespected, don't see what happened to your partner as disrespect? So they come to you and say, so-and-so disrespected me. And actually, there's a good example of this. Some men call women names that I wouldn't accept. So let's say someone called me, what do they be calling women? Like, like saying something about abroad or bringing sand to the beach or something like refer to me as that or your situation.
Wait, no. Sand is a bad thing?
When they say, yeah, when they say you don't bring sand to the beach, it's disrespectful because basically they're saying there's sand.
I brought sand to the beach because my beach is better. Like, I've heard that saying, so I didn't think.
Well, listen, they say you don't bring sand to the beach because there's sand there. So they're basically saying don't bring your girl to the beach with you because there's other honeys there that we can.
I mean, yeah.
So that's disrespectful because they're basically telling you to go be with other honeys. Okay, don't get focused on that.
Okay.
Anyway, like that, or like if they
that's a perfect stick to that because I don't think that's disrespectful. Go ahead.
Okay, so right. So what if? Thank you. Yes, everyone, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it.
And thank you.
And hello, Miss Patricia.
Hello.
So what if though it's something that happens that you don't feel like is disrespectful? How do you handle that? And you kind of hinted at what you would do as far as talking about like if Mama J ever disrespected me, but you didn't see it disrespectfully, you would still say, could you apologize because it was something that hurt me?
Right.
Well, what if it's like your friend saying something like that? Like, let's say we're all out and your friend is like, oh yeah, does your broad want anything to drink? Or, does your B want something? Like, because some men just talk that way.
Right. So, and it's all about perspective. So if for one, my friends don't say broad and stuff like that, and it would kind of like trigger something, but I never necessarily seen broad as disrespectful, so I probably wouldn't say nothing initially, right? If somebody call you a B or whatever, something like that, I automatically I'm like, don't call her that. That's not her name.
No, yes, hun, but that's not the point. The point is, okay, just because your friends don't say it and stuff, but what if you don't find it disrespectful?
If I don't find it disrespectful in the moment, I'm not going to say anything.
But what if I say
now? If you say something. If you bring it to me, we'll have a conversation about it.
Who?
Yeah, me and you. And
what's the conversation going to be?
Well, the conversation would be something simple as like, just. I mean, because 9 times out of 10, you'll be emotional about it at the time. You get what I'm saying? And it'll probably be just a whole conversation. I don't see it being that simple as you coming to me saying, "Oh, they said that."
I would say something in the moment.
Huh?
Oh, we're getting some bots. We must be getting traction.
We must be.
No, okay. What if I said it in the moment? What if we're at the bar,
All right,
and or a lounge or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, does your whatever want something to drink?" And I'm like,
and you said it immediately.
"Yeah, like,
If you said it,
don't call me that."
Yeah, if you said it immediately, then he got to change what he said. I mean,
but does he have to apologize?
If I get the feeling or if I get the vibe that you feel like disrespected like that, yes.
But you know me, so you already know if they're not calling me, like if they call me something like that, I will feel disrespected. So it just matters how
like I said, it's all
conscious
about
you are in the moment.
It's all about your reaction. Your reaction to me, like you don't understand. Like when I first met you and with the B word type thing, your reaction, like, kind of.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that even
sense.
around me. I don't like hearing guys call other women that. And so yeah, all his roommates had to correct themselves.
Right. So it's your reaction though. It's not like it's not like you just telling them, "Oh, I don't like that. Please, can you stop saying that?" You're not like that at all.
I'm calm.
Yeah, you're calm, but you're not saying it like that to them. So when you do express it, they're aware of how much you don't like it.
Yeah. But okay. So
you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
I would hope that if I would hope that any of my friends, right, which usually happens, right? I would hope that any of my friends, if you reacted to something, they would just respond and apologize immediately.
Okay, you would hope.
And because of your reaction.
Now, if they
don't pick up on your reaction, I think it's an issue with them.
But what do?
I'm gonna tell them, like, yo.
So you don't think as
I'm not saying apologize for me, but I'm saying apologize for you.
Right. So that's okay. So you would say apologize to her.
Yeah, I'm like, she don't like that, bro. Say.
You ain't gonna say sorry. You just be like, she don't like that, bro. That's where you're gonna leave it.
I mean, I might say that, and if he don't say, I'm saying that and hope for him to say sorry.
Just move with action.
Yeah, okay. If he don't say sorry, then if we walk away or something might be like that, I'm like, bro, you didn't say sorry to her. Like,
okay. So in a situation, okay, honestly, I've grown. So I feel like in the beginning of our relationship, if someone did something that you felt was disrespectful, but I didn't see as disrespectful, I may be just like, you're so dramatic.
Yes, that's exactly what you would do.
You would do the same. So you can calm that on down, buddy. But
it's different. It'll turn into like I'll be trying to explain myself over and over again. Other people probably could see what I'm saying.
No,
and you'd be arguing it down.
It would be the same. Same.
I don't know.
Yes, honey. But yeah, in the beginning, I probably would just be like, calm down. It wasn't that big of a deal. They meant no harm. The intentions weren't bad. But as I've gotten older and more wise, I understand that it's not how I perceive it. It's how you perceive it and how you feel. Mm-hmm. So like I said, like we said, nothing has to be disrespectful when you confront your friend or your family member or someone like that. But you can have the conversation to say, this did, make them feel disrespected.
Right.
And, ask for an apology from them. Now, if the person refuses to apologize, then that kind of speaks to...
For them.
Yeah, that kind of speaks to who they are and their character.
Right.
And then you have to determine, well, is this someone who I want to continue going forward with as a friend?
No.
Because it could be no. Because it's like, you can't even be mature enough to just say, I do apologize for that. I can see how it bothered you.
Right.
Now, okay. Now, have a good night. Ms.
Good night,
Pat.
and thank you.
What if it's so we said family, but what if it's like, let's say your sister or brother disrespected you and I'm still talking to them?
Me personally,
Uh-huh.
I don't like that.
Uh-huh.
We a team. We won. So you
If
know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
messing with
And
them, you ain't messing with
I
them.
look at it like, how do I say this? Accept the call, but don't be buddy buddy with them.
Mm-hmm.
Accept the call, see what's got had to be said, see if it's important. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't not about to chit chat like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Until they fix their issue with you.
right. If Andre disrespected you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the last time I'm up there in that room until he come down and apologize to you.
Well, but that's my side of the family. I said, what if it's someone from, like, so, for example, if, oh, yeah, okay, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Pregnancy brain. Yeah, okay. So you wouldn't go hang with him until an apology or conversation was had between him and I and things were resolved.
No.
Okay.
And I say hello.
Right, be cordial
type thing, but we won't be chilling together. We're not about to have these buddy conversations and things like that because we not friends. Like
would you have that conversation with him?
If this person don't get the hint, you know what I'm saying? Usually people get the hint, right? And either listen. Usually some people will get the hint and they'll say something to you. Some people get the hint that you being standoffish and they back out of it. If you back out of it, that's fine with me.
But then that's where the lack of communication comes. Because I
don't need to communicate nothing.
Yes.
No, I don't. I don't need to communicate because you was disrespectful. I already know who you are because you disrespectful. You didn't apologize. You know that you feel a vibe right now. And you ain't picking that up. We don't need to be cool.
Hun. You just said though when we were talking about the friend part that a lot of people don't like confrontation or to address, like, take accountability for their wrongdoing.
And
right?
I don't like that.
I know, but you said for your friend you would address it if they try to talk to you all buddy or your roommate. You would try to address it.
Right.
So with a family member, you're being pretty stank.
No,
because you're not addressing it. And we talk about bettering communication skills and discussing things.
Because I look at it like this. My friend don't need to apologize to you if nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't say nothing. My friend don't need to apologize to you if I didn't say nothing.
What?
If I didn't say nothing, right? And they choosing not to apologize, then they don't need to apologize.
Yes, they do.
In your feeling, in your mind, they need
But that's who it's about, me, not you.
I mean, yeah, but if I don't say nothing, why would they apologize? If
because they should have a common sense to know what they did was wrong.
See, so you getting at what I'm saying. Now, you think that they should have common sense. I think family should have family value and common sense added towards it to do that. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying about family.
So your
family should know better
with family then.
Because they should know better. Friends and stuff like that don't necessarily have a tie to you and things like that. I don't expect the most out of them.
Guys, let us know what you think in the comments below. Is there a difference? Does it matter who it is? If it's your partner's family versus if it's a friend, like, does your expectations on these people differ? Because that's a good point. Some people have a higher expectation for family than they do their friends or coworkers or, people like that. So let us know what you guys think. I feel like because I like to see, like, I'm a person who likes to see people together. I like to see things resolved. I don't like there to be issues and stuff. So for me personally, I would have a conversation with, like, your sister or your brother and talk to them to hear their side out, to explain your side to them and let them know that, you felt disrespected and these are the reasons why. And I do think that you two should sit down and have a conversation. Go
ahead.
No, even if they never addressed you first, because siblings, especially siblings, it's like you guys have a whole dynamic. Like you grew up together. So me and my siblings, we grew up arguing and then getting back together. Like it's that whole history again. You and your siblings, all siblings argue, fight, and then you guys can be cool again. Now, if something that really, really bothered you and you felt really, really disrespected to the point where just aren't talking to them, then I do feel like it's like, okay, if I talk to them, it would be a conversation like, okay, there's a lot going on. I would try to bring things back together and get you guys back on the same page just because I like cohesiveness. I love family. I'm family oriented. So I would want to see that happen. I agree. I feel like, they should know to apologize if they disrespected you. But not everybody is on that same mature level. So some people, and people are very, could be defensive and just stuck in their ways. Like, no, I'm not wrong. You're wrong. So I would personally talk with them.
I feel that. Now, this is the thing though, right? Now check this out. Because I've come across the fact that you could get this more from a friend than family, right? Mm-hmm. How many times have you been able to express something to family, right? About something that they did wrong or something like that, right? And you just get a flat out apology.
With family, I think it's less common.
That's what I'm saying.
Because of the whole dynamic. But yeah, I do agree. I think with family, it is less common to get an apology.
Right.
It's more common to get a justification.
Yes, because family, for some reason, think that we family, so I just got to keep putting up with your stuff. And that's not true. That is just not the truth at all.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, go ahead, though. What you were about to say?
Go ahead.
But that just kind of like was like where your loyalty lie. Like that's part of the conversation for today. My loyalty lie with the people that have that lay they loyalty with me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would say like for me, it's like I'm a little more understanding, and I'll put up with a little bit more than you will.
Right.
So for me, it's kind of like having that. It's still setting the boundary though. It's still, I think you still need healthy boundaries to where you just don't allow everything to be super cool, where like, now we're just hanging out, girls' night, or me and Siege just, hanging out and stuff while you feel like you're disrespected, not talking to them right now. Like, we're not just going to go do that. But I would like to keep the lines of communication open, but having that conversation until things get resolved. Now, if they never do, then I guess eventually it'll come down to like you would have to choose, because it'll be also like the sanity of your household versus that relationship.
Yeah, but then that's the thing though. You already moved forward, just tried to keep it cordial with them. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to keep the open line of communication. They don't like confrontation. They ain't never bringing it up. So you forget about it too.
No, I said each conversation would be about it.
You'd have to make it about it, but I mean, they're not going to apologize unless they feeling pressured.
Are you taking this part, or are you just saying hypothetical? Because family could still apologize.
I'm not saying that family don't apologize. Family do apologize. It just take a lot of work for them to apologize.
Yeah, well, it also just depends on the level of growth everybody's in.
That too.
Where you are in life. It depends on those situations as well. But yeah, so we'll get off the family topic.
Friends.
Let's see. Here it is. This is good. Mama J says, so what if your mate was disrespectful to your friend or family? That's a good one. I like the flip. Mama J. All right. You want to take it first or me?
You can try.
So all right. So if you were disrespectful to my family, and I guess a lot of it really does lie into perspective, because a lot of things that I may find disrespectful, you don't. You might not. So I'm just thinking of, a situation like in the beginning, way beginning. And I would just address it. I would address it and tell you to apologize, whether it's a friend or a family member. You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about what I think you're talking about? Yeah, I think that's what you. But
Yeah.
that's not a good. That's not a good.
No,
example.
that's what I was just thinking. I didn't say that as an example.
Nah, I'm just listening.
No, but that's just what came to my mind
Okay,
because,
okay.
like I said, I thought it was disrespectful because of the way that I was raised to talk to people.
Yeah, the reaction. You thought the reaction was
right, but but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But I would, if Saquon disrespected one of my family members or my friends, I would definitely have the discussion with you to, apologize to them. When?
Yeah.
So if it
Speaking of that situation, nowadays, when do you think that is the best time?
Excuse me.
Or do you think that was correct? That was handled correctly?
Yeah, in that moment.
Oh, you think? Okay.
In that moment, for my maturity, yes.
No, but today, that's what I'm saying.
Today, how would I handle it? Today, it would have been a little different for that situation. But I'm not going to talk about this.
Right.
But today, okay, so let's say we're out and we're out with family, out to eat at dinner or something. And you get upset with my mom or a sibling or a cousin or somebody because they reached over your plate and you found that to be rude. So you just knocked the hand out the way and they weren't intentionally doing it, right? Let's say, or maybe it was an accident. An accident happened, but you felt some type of way and then you disrespected them. In that moment, I would be like, I still probably would say something. I think it's just a reaction for me to say something in the moment.
Yeah.
Now, what I think the best thing would be to do is say something directly to you, but not so that they can hear me. Like have a private conversation with you about disrespecting them and, us discussing it and having you apologize versus me just like saying it in front of the whole group that we're in front of.
So this would be later.
No, it would still be in that moment. We might have to go step outside or something.
Yeah, no.
But yes, you don't get to disrespect people and then just think I should talk to you later.
It's not. I mean, I guess you going off the fact that I'm just disrespectful and just disrespecting somebody. But
no, I'm not saying personally you. I'm saying if in hypothetical.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if I think that you're reacting to something that somebody did, I'm not here to what's the word? Scold you or what's the word that I'm looking for?
Reprimand?
Yeah, I'm not trying to reprimand you right here, right now.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
If I did something, you'd be like, Buns. Now you know.
Right there in there?
Yes, you would. Y'all, for those of you who know Saquon, he is not one to just hold his tongue either. So don't you know?
This
if
happened.
I did something. What?
That happened.
That wasn't disrespectful.
It was.
Oh no! I thought you were talking about ours. You're talking about yours.
Yes.
That wasn't disrespectful.
Yes,
no,
it was.
Wasn't.
Yeah,
I was dressed
because you didn't have a right to say nothing.
Yes, I did. I was dressed.
You spoke out of turn first, and then they addressed you.
Didn't. Anyway, we're not going to get into that because I was not disrespectful.
But yeah, it's happened, and I'm going to let you handle that and let it calm down. I talked about it later to you.
Yeah, but I wasn't disrespectful, so you didn't have anything to say to me.
Okay, well, perspective-wise.
Right, from your perspective.
Yeah, perspective-wise, I thought it was.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe not disrespectful, but it was like out of pocket. You get what I'm saying? At the time. Even though I felt it coming, I still thought it shouldn't have happened because I felt it coming. But like I said, I didn't say nothing right there in the moment. I spoke to you about it later.
Okay, so why do you think it's best? Okay, so for example, so then if you think I disrespected somebody, family or friend, right in the moment, why are you going to wait till later to address it?
Because at this point, me and you are husband and wife. I'm not on their team. So they can handle themselves and let's just get out of hand. That's how I look at it. They can handle themselves and let's just get out of hand. The same way how like if my brother or something is out fighting somebody, right? I'm not about to just jump in just cause if he can handle himself, I'm cool. We cool. And then if he did something wrong, we gonna talk about it later. You get what I'm saying? We can have that conversation later. So I'm not gonna stop it if it could be if there's no reason for me to say nothing, I'm not gonna say nothing until later.
So what if
to you?
Okay, so let's say this. Let's say we're out to eat,
right?
And I say something that Mama J found disrespectful. You're not going to say anything, but what if she says something and now me and her are,
Now if y'all going back and forth at the table,
right,
that's different. It's not being handled and it's not going anywhere. So
but who do you address? Like, what are you going to say?
I'm going to ask both of y'all to stop while we out at dinner. You get what I'm saying? And if it don't, then me and you going to leave and not come back. You get what I'm saying? I'm with you. You my wife. We going.
Okay. And then you're going to tell me about myself in the car.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about yourself because if I noticed what was disrespectful.
If I did something, yeah.
If I picked up on it. Now, if she told me later, oh, I thought that was disrespectful, then I'm gonna address it. I'm gonna bring it to you and I'm gonna be like, oh, nah, she thought that was disrespectful. I think that you need to apologize.
Okay. Well, Miss Whitaker. Hi,
Let's
darling.
Courtney
she seems to agree with you.
Yeah, Courtney says, I never think it's a good idea to address your spouse in front of a group or anybody else. Always one-on-one. Later is better as well, unless the situation gets worse or escalates. Yeah, and I agree. And she also says, just so it doesn't start an argument in public between you and your spouse. Okay, that's true.
I can see that.
And another thing too is it's like everybody else needs to know who you here with.
But I'm saying
no, it ain't know what I'm saying. Nothing.
You don't know what I'm saying, so how are you gonna say that? You rude butt.
But I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying okay. I said back in the day, yes, I would just say what's on my mind. But
you said
no. Listen, hun.
You did say it.
See a little clip. But no, I said this time I would say something, but just to you, one-on-one.
Yeah, right there.
No, so we can step aside.
No, you're not about to pull me to the side either.
I mean, I can if I want to.
You not about to make it to. You not about to make.
Well, I wouldn't make it obvious. Like I'm like,
what's not obvious about it? If it was a whole situation right here, now you pulling me to the side.
Because maybe I'm just not letting you get fresh air.
No, you ain't letting me get no fresh air. You directed me to fresh air.
But they don't know that.
Yeah, they do. If it's a situation right there that happened, you not about to make it look like you sitting there trying to control me while I felt something.
Oh, so it's just about a look.
I'm not about to do the same to you. And it's not about a look. It's about how people realize, like, how do I put this? The way you treat me, other people will treat me.
Right. Very true. Very, very true.
So if I treat you a certain type of way, they'll treat you a certain type of way. You that would be obvious.
Miss Wick, I'm about to block you. Why are you on Saquon's team and embarrassing?
Yeah. Aww. It's degrading. It's degrading to the union that we have.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I mean, I get it to an extent. I get it to an extent though. Because it's like you're not like, like grab by the ears,
right?
Bring your butt out here. Let's have a conversation because you're wrong. I can see how that would be embarrassing, whatever. But it's like, I don't know. I guess I feel like then. But you're wrong. But I guess it's kind of like how
I'm not wrong. It's my perspective that made me react. I'm not wrong. You just don't think like me.
No, you could actually be wrong in a situation, hon. People can just be disrespectful because you may be having a bad day or something like that.
Yeah, but right. But even to go back to the same thing, you gonna tell your brother they wrong while they're going against their enemy? No, you're gonna tell them later.
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but. Yeah, but then I can see it in the sense of like what I used to say with like my siblings or like our children. It's like I'm always going to defend you in public, but then behind closed doors, I'll let you know what was wrong.
Right.
So I can understand it. I can understand it.
Yeah, and as far as your family and everything like that, it's like let's say I was in that situation, right? And then they came and put the heat on me, like saying, "Oh, you just gonna let her do that?" Da 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 da. I'm like. No, I'm not going to let her do that. Like, not right then and there. They'll say this later. I tell them, we had a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a conversation. And if I think that they did something disrespectful, I would let them know. And if not, then I'll let them know too. That I asked her to apologize to y'all. We had a conversation, whatever the case may be, and that's that. Now, if you can't be mad at me past that, my family can't be upset with me.
Mrs. Whitaker said, like your mom pulling you away from your friends when you know you did something. And she said, yeah, sure. I guess we're getting on the same page.
Yeah.
But okay. So what if in that moment they say, you're just going to let her talk to me like that? What do you do? And Corey, I want your opinion too. If in that moment, like
if your mom
you're
said,
a person, it doesn't have to be family, it could be a friend, whoever, but you're out and that person feels like your partner disrespected them, excuse me. And they look at you and they're like, you're just gonna let them disrespect me? What do you do in that moment? Like this is happening all live and in person.
If it's right in the moment, like that, if somebody say, oh, if somebody asks me, oh, you just gonna let Charmaine disrespect me? I'm gonna have to think about it as fast as I can.
I know. Like,
and
I'm not letting her disrespect you, but
yeah, I'm like, that's honestly my first thing would be like, how am I letting her disrespect you? That's the first part I'll probably ask is how am I letting her disrespect you? But I mean, I will follow up with asking them how. You know, how did you feel? How do you feel like this person disrespected you? Unless
okay,
I see it clear. You get what I'm saying? If I see it clear and they ask me this, I'd say, Buns, I think you should have just apologized. But you might, 9 times out of 10, that person is, in their emotional state right now, and they might not want to hear nothing. So once again, it'd be more so of a conversation afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I think if they said it in that moment, maybe saying how did you feel disrespected or whatever, what did they do, is good because then it can open up the conversation. Now, if they're emotional, yeah, it can still go left. But in that case, it could be like, oh, maybe that wasn't her intent, and then we could have a civil conversation where it doesn't have to be heated and nasty.
Right. And with me, I look at it like, if that did happen, I would prefer my friend to pull you to the side and ask you.
Oh, really? You'd prefer your friend to pull me to the side and be like, hey, yo, why'd you disrespect me over there?
If I'm right there and y'all ain't going nowhere or nothing like that, you a grown person.
So you would have one of your male friends.
I'm not sending them to you. No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, you said you would prefer them to, though.
If they decided to ask you and talk to you as a grown person, I would be fine.
Okay.
You just don't. Now, if you coming at my wife aggressive and all of that and all of this, then we got a problem. But y'all could talk like adults.
Yeah. Courtney said, yeah, that's a hard one, but I would have to deflect, make a joke, and change the subject. What's that on your plate?
She said, I would not want everyone having a convo in front of the group about what happened. I feel that would stoke the fire. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. I mean, honestly, doing stuff in front of people make things worse.
No, I agree with that. I do agree, like doing it in front of people, it makes things worse and it brings just a lot of attention and unnecessary foolishness and opinions into the situation.
Opinions.
And like she said, it will just combust.
Right. And you got to remember this. When there's people around, right, like that, if somebody says something to me, right, mm-hmm. and I took that a certain type of way, not only did I take this away, it's like you kind of messing up my image here. Like I'm going to take it a little bit more. I'm going to take it a little bit heavier. You understand what I'm saying?
Say it again.
If somebody disrespected me, right, mm-hmm. and like just one-on-one, it might be calm enough to have a conversation, right? And I'll still be mad, right? But if you disrespect me in front of people and everybody get to watch this, I'm probably going to react a little bit harsh,
Yeah, so I think it's partly ego, which I think, and just kind of like defending your honor because, right. And like not to say it's a bad thing, but when because like you said, how I treat you is also how other people are going to think they can treat you.
Right.
Like I'll never forget, our brother-in-law was like, Charmaine, I understand your brother-in-law, but I'm in the family. Our brother-in-law.
My brother?
In-law. Your sister's married.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
Pregnancy brain is rubbing off on you. But he was like, Charmaine, I understand why you be getting defensive when it comes to how people talk to Saquon, because he felt it with your sister in one moment. And that teaches people though how they can treat her. And when like people know when it comes to me, like remember we went to homecoming one time and Mixie was like, yeah, Saquon, you can just no, she didn't say this. Someone else in the car said this. They're like, oh, Saquon, you can just drop us all off and then find a parking spot and meet us over there. And Mixie was like, Shar's not having that. Shar's not just gonna let him like, be lost out here by himself and stuff like that. And it's because of the way I handle certain things that people know I'm not gonna just let them treat you any type of way. Like you're not just our chauffeur.
Right.
You're not just, And the same thing. It's like if you correct things in that moment or have conversations about it later, it teaches people how to treat you. So I can see what you're saying where if you're in front of a group and someone disrespects you, if you don't stick up for yourself or handle it in a certain type of way, now the whole group is looking at you like, oh, well, you're the type of person who could be walked all over,
pretty much,
or disrespected, and you don't stand up for yourself. Right. So I get what you're saying in that sense as well.
And especially, I guess it depends on who you are, and who you like, man versus female. I think that matter and stuff like that. It's a lot that go into
for what.
Like how people look at you if based on how you handle things.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, yeah, people are going to make judgments. People judge everything you do.
Yeah.
Every little thing you do, people are watching and making judgments, whether they're positive judgments or negative ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Court says that is very true.
Yes.
But yeah, that was good. That was really good convo. And it go ahead, babe.
I wanted to ask about friend to friend.
Friend to friend?
Yeah.
So if it's
picking
a
a
group of
side
friends,
between friends.
Ooh, that's gonna have to be next week. Because that might go on.
That
could be a good topic for next week though. So guys, we're gonna put the bug in your ear. Friend to friend. Like let's say because you have a trio, like it's 3 of you guys, besties. And one friend does something wrong or disrespectful to the other. But you guys are all still cool. But now there's these 2 on the outs. Do you choose a side from who was actually, in the right versus who did the disrespecting, or do you just play the middle? Stay tuned for next week.
But that's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay, for sure. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys. Did you have anything else you want to say, babe?
No, actually, no. But thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
Update. Actually, I didn't think about this, but as an update, we got some stuff coming down the pipeline.
Yes, a lot of great, exciting things.
Yeah, we have a great family show. Mm-hmm. Thanks to Miss Whitaker, Mr. and Mrs. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mr. and Mrs. AK.
Yes.
Thank you guys for helping me.
All of our people.
Bring an idea together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. We're going to be having a family show where we start to discuss the social norms that kind of bring friction into a relationship. And this kind of like the conversation we had last week as far as revealing clothing. Social norms created it, and sometimes it could bring some issues into a relationship. Right. We're going to talk about many things, health, all of that in that show. But we also have a little thing coming down the pipeline also with segments where we'll be talking about sports and business with Gabe and Navarro, and possibly some other guests, which should be fun.
Yes.
And one last thing that we're going to be doing, which was going to start next week as well, is we're going to be gathering on Zoom for a call where we sit down and we talk about the market, whatever's going on in the market during the week. We're going to talk about
the stock market.
Yeah, the stock market. We're going to talk about managing money and everything like that, and how to go about building a portfolio and things like that.
Yes. So many exciting things.
Yes.
I'm so proud of my wonderful husband.
Trying to get so much going and rolling by the time we had this baby.
Right. And the Zoom call is a private one. So it's not going to be broadcasted live.
Right.
Not in the beginning, at least. So if you're interested, let us know so that Saquon can send you out the link, because it's going to be such a great conversation.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. They had a talk yesterday, just brainstorming and things like that. And the topics are amazing. And it starts foundational so that you can learn from the beginning on how to build wealth, how to build your stock portfolio, and even eventually it'll roll into like other investments. And it's just like-minded people coming together and having the desire to build for their family. And,
right.
you know,
and
I'm
it's a place to share and learn.
Exactly.
So we don't know everything. We're not experts. We're not going in here like we are experts. We're teaching. We're not teaching anything. We're actually just sharing our personal experiences.
You gonna learn,
and you can learn from it.
Learn.
You can try these things that we do.
Right.
But that's really it. It's just to share. Basically, mastermind. It's like a big mastermind.
Yeah.
That we're going to be putting together, and it's for everybody. Women, men, everybody. If you have people that's actually interested in these things too, feel free to send a link out when you get it. I'll be sending this out to everybody that is on here, or usually joins. If I have your number, you'll probably get it.
And hey, Tay, thank you for joining us. And I want to read what he said before we move on. He said, "Now we got to squash it." Laughing at y'all. Can't wait till next week. And then he's also definitely tapping into the Zoom. So you got to make sure you send it to him.
Yeah. So, yes, please like the video if you guys are here.
Thanks, Holly.
If you haven't yet, subscribe and follow us on Instagram at the Powertrip Podcast.
Yes.
You can follow my personal Instagram, so Slugger. Follow us. Subscribe to us on Facebook. We must really be doing something good because we've been getting bots like all day. But yes, follow us, subscribe. You guys have any questions or any topics that you want us to speak about, email us at thepowertrippodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
And if that is all,
it's all. Until next time, guys.
Until next time, people. Love you.
Peace.
Peace. Deuces.
Have a great night.